The World Forum on Governance is intended to be the gathering place for anti-corruption and good governance crusaders from all over the world, every part of the globe. We try to bring together about 100 every year here in Prague, because Prague is a success story of the post-Velvet Revolution transformation. We invite about 50 political governance experts and about 50 corporate governance experts. And one of the things that is very unique about this anti-corruption gathering is it is one of the only places in the world where you have representatives of the business world and of the political world coming together who are working to fight corruption.
You never can settle down and say we finally achieved good governance. There are always the dangers and the risks that come. Corruption emerges, corruption sometimes encouraged, whether you are the poorest country or the richest country. We hope that we can bring people together from different countries who can share their experiences. Look at bad events, find good practices, warning signals, and then build connections between people so that they can have common interests that can be reinforced and people they can turn to when they're in trouble.
We think of corruption much more broadly in a way that really goes from the extremes we see in some large countries in Asia and Africa and even occasionally Eastern Europe to other places where it's more subtle, where it might be the capture of public agencies by corporate interest, the problems of money in politics, the difficulties of ensuring a transparent system of government.
Fighting against corruption, is this, from the government perspective, is this a national security issue for them?
Well, we often speak of national security. We speak of security in sectors. For example, we use the term energy security a lot to discuss the importance of diversifying energy sources. I think we should also talk about governance security. If corruption infects a government anywhere in the world, it continues to be a significant issue in the United States as it is in many other places. We've made some strides, but we've faced some challenges in the United States as well. When you suffer from corruption, it does affect the ability of the government to work on behalf of the public interest.
Corruption is at the root of the geopolitical problems we're suffering at this moment. Ukraine had an opportunity. It had a revolution, and then it had decades of corrupt government that created the opportunities for what has followed. Corruption has been used in Russia as a tool of foreign policy and is very germane to exactly what's going on right now. So, you know, the answer is they aren't separate matters. They are very much implicated in the same set of geopolitical and global economic challenges.
Look at Venezuela, for example. Thanks to the corruption that they have, now they're getting enormous internal turmoil, and it's resulted in a brutal crackdown. And of course, it's also resulted in a Venezuelan government that has exported its pathologies to other places. We're starting to see a similar set of concerns in Turkey, where you're going to get a brutal authoritarian crackdown because of the reaction against corruption. If you don't deal with corruption at its root, then the incentive for countries to try and use military force in some instances or to promote wars to take attention away from their own corruption becomes a driving force in a lot of the awful things that happen. And that includes the genocide that we've seen as well as the invasion of other countries. So this really is not about focusing on thugs in one part of the world deciding to invade other parts of the world. If you don't take into account the corruption that is at the root of it, then you're going to end up just with repeating the cycles of terrible things that happen.